Hello everybody, I'm the Wasteland Viking and welcome to the Adventurer's Call. Now this is going to be a modded Minecraft series and I kind of got a head start on things, got a house going so that we could just get into some of the mods and go adventuring and have fun. So, like I said, it is modded. I am playing it with the Colossal Sorcery mod pack, which is a magic heavy sort of pack. There isn't any tech mods. Some of the mods I've never actually played with before, so I don't know if they're technically like quote unquote tech mods but with the magic side of it. So yeah, but then also I know there's some like Botania that kind of does a tech sort of thing, and Thumbcraft does does its own bit as well with it. So that's what I'm going to be playing mostly with. Sorry, I just hit my mic there. But yeah, so this is going to be kind of a slower play, like just slower series. So if you're not into that, I'm sorry. It's modded Minecraft, so it's going to take time. Things like that. But I'm really excited about it. I've done a little bit of testing here and there, and it honestly has given me some problems, but they're problems that I'm willing to deal with because, modded everything isn't perfect. So yeah, anyway, I got my house going. I will tell you a little bit about it. So if you're interested in kind of building a basic one like this, then you can. It is a 9x7 with, so this wood here is from Thumbcraft, but it's great wood. So I would use that as the frame also for the bits here and also the beam up there. Careful with these silkworms. These guys are good. They're from Mystical World. They actually make silk threads, well, silk cocoons that you can turn into silk thread like this, and it's a good substitute for string. So far I've literally only probably messed with 2 spiders, if that. So these guys are a good substitute for that, and also you get them from cutting down trees. So they're also very easy to get to. But anyway, a little more about the house. And also I used great wood planks here. It's got this little writing here because Thumbcraft, magiciness. It's pretty cool. I like it because it's like Norse runes, actually. It's very, very much like it. And then also I used oak planks for the floor, oak doors, stone brick walls, fences for the windows instead of glass, which I haven't seen many people do, and it's something that I've liked doing, and things like that. Put also some fences up here to, fill in that gap and give it a little more open space, I guess. And what else? Oh, yes. And then some buttons here on the ends of the supports there just for a little bit of depth and texture to it. So very basic of how to do it, and it's actually lots of fun. And then obviously the stairs here to work with the doors. And yeah. So I think the first mod that I'm going to get into right now is actually Tinker's Construct, because these trees are huge. Oh, these got burned down from the lava over there when I first spawned in. We are in a mystical forest, which is a Thumbcraft biome, or the Thumbcraft biome. So that's going to be cool and fun to play around with. Also, I like it because it is a bit darker, but it has these open kind of sunny bits as well, which is pretty cool. And yeah, so these trees are huge, and eventually I'd like to get a lumber axe, which we can use in Tinker's, and it will chop down the whole entire tree. So that's going to be pretty cool and save us a lot of time. I spent, to get the wood that I needed to get to the house and then some, it was about 2.5 stacks of oak and 2 stacks of dark wood of 64. So stacks, full stacks of 64. It took me nearly 2 hours to get all of that. So, and that was mostly just me climbing and trying things out and whatnot. So yeah, it's been interesting. But anyway, so to get started on Tinkers, we need some wood, which we've got plenty of. planks and sticks are what you need to start out with. I'm going to turn these into more sticks. Also, we need some logs and planks. So I'm going to be doing most of the base of the tables and stencils and things, well, tables and stations and things like that with dark wood, because I really like dark and rich colored woods. So I'm going to be doing that. But let's start off with. Sorry, there's going to be some lagging here and there. Yeah, do it, finish it. There we go. All right, so we could do @tinkers and kind of look up what we need, but it has everything that tinkers can have in here, obviously. And that's a lot of stuff. So these are the different types of tables you can get and things like that for it, but I'm going to type them out specifically. You could get long bows, crossbows, different types of swords, cleavers, which are really good. I really like cleavers. They're slow, but they hit hard. And then, different kinds of axes, hammers, things like that. But we'll get into that in a while. So we need blank patterns. If you click on this up here, we need planks and sticks, which are very easy to make. So easy, in fact, you can actually make them here in your handcrafting thing. It's nighttime. I've got plenty of monster jerky here, so I'm just going to sleep through the night. Monster jerky is a Tinker's Construct thing, where you get rotten flesh and you hang them on these drying racks, and you get the monster jerky from them. And as you can see here, it gives us 2 hunger chunks and like 1.5 chunks of satiation. So they're pretty good for, quick eating and healing and adventurous things. Anyway, so we got our blank pattern. Now we need a pattern chest, which we can make from making a chest with a blank pattern or a blank pattern in the middle with planks. So we can do this move items thing here, and if it's your inventory or in the chest that's next to it, that's what the crafting station does, that it pulls things from chests or containers next to them. And then we could just do that, pull it out, and bam, there we go. Next is the stencil table. So let's get there's so many different types of woods and things you could do because of the Thaumcraft woods. Okay, there we go. Oh, did that not work? Okay, there we go. Sweet. As I clicked on it, great wood planks, and then it just threw in the oak, which I didn't want, but there we go. There's so many different woods, from forestry to Thaumcraft adding a couple of trees and different woods and whatnot and all that fun stuff. And then next will be the parch builder. And I believe with that it is a log. Yeah, it's a log with a blank pattern on it. I'm going to head back and actually just do this. For some reason, it doesn't load in the great wood. And then now we need a tool station, which is a crafting station or table with a blank pattern. So let's actually make the crafting station, because it gives us those advantage, the nice little bits there with it, with a blank pattern, and voila, there we go. And I added Construct's Armory to this mod pack. It's just the same thing as loading any other kind of mod into Minecraft if you do your own modding, files and things like that. I'm playing with the AT launcher, And so that already came with the mod pack itself. So you just have to install that. It becomes an instance in the AT launcher. I'll put links to actually both the AT launcher and the texture, the Sphax texture websites. I'll put those down in the description. So if you guys want to look it up or anything like that, you can do that. Sphax also has their textures for vanilla on Bedrock Edition. So anything on any console really, Xbox, PlayStation, tablets, the Windows 10 edition included, all that stuff, you can do that as well. I would recommend supporting those guys. They make really good stuff, and they also make mod patches for loads of different kinds of mods that we are playing with and can play with. So that's going to be cool to see what they do and whatnot. But anyway, the Construct's Armory lets you build armors in Tinker's Construct. So let's do an armor station. Totally spelled that wrong. Oh, come on. Armor. God damn it. Station. All right. I have my mic right in front of me, so it's a little awkward to type sometimes. All right, so it's a crafting station with 4 planks around it. All right, so let's get that going. And then here we go. Those are the most basic things that you need to get Tinkers going for the weapons and tools. And that is all I'm going to ask for, because to get to the next upgradable armor stations and tool stations, it's expensive as far as materials go. I don't know where to put the Tinker stuff. Oh, what tree is this? Oh, it's from forestry, lime wood. Oh, okay. It looked like, I mean, the leaves look like oak, but I guess it's not at all. Anyway, I guess we could put it here. There's plenty of room for it. Even if we do a bigger smeltery, which I'm not going to do. I'm going to do a 3x3 smeltery, and then you have to have it a minimum of 2 tall. So it's going to be 3x3x2. We could do 3x3x3, but just give us more room. But I'm not really interested in that at the moment. And it also gives us access to a little mine that I've kind of started. It's more of just a cobblestone gathering kind of thing. But yeah, so I'm going to quickly clear this up and then going to put some stuff down. These things coming out, some of these seeds, ouch, what the hell? Oh, a wisp, what the fuck? I didn't know those were a thing. Is that part of the whole magical forest stuff? Hello? Ow. Anyway, the stuff that's coming up, coming out of the stuff like the Terraspores, the aubergine seed, and wild root. So this is from Mystical World, but most of these things coming out are going to be from, oh, there it is, from Roots, which is a druid magic mod. Ow. Actually does a lot of damage. Ah. Damn knockback. Oh! Almost got it. Oh, it's okay. We just spawned here. Did I actually kill it? I think I killed it as it killed me as well. Whew. Well, that was something. So the thing about Tinker's Construct, actually, is that axes do way more damage than swords do. Unless it's always been that way, it's just that they are much slower with attack speed. Now thinking about it, that's probably how it's always been, and I just never paid attention. Everybody's like, hey, use a sword. It's better. Which, I mean, I guess that's true, but I'd rather use an axe, be a little bit slower with fighting, and do a crap ton more damage than, you know, nearly dying every time. So the Obituary is a, I think it's part of the Gravestone mod, but it tells you, you know, name, the dimension, date, location of where you died, and then also what you had in your inventory. But yeah, I'm just gonna dump in the water over here. And also, I am playing, this mod pack is the 1.12.2 edition of Minecraft. So some of the monsters that are in the modern day, 1.16 aren't here. Phantoms and things like that. Let's remove that. Close. Alright. Well, that was our first death ever. That was my first death anyway. Lost a couple experience levels, but that's alright. So yeah, we're actually going to put all of our stuff here. Let's put the pattern chest there. Part builder. Stencil table. Sure, let's do the tool there and then the armor right there. Make a space there. I also need to make a crafting station. As you can see on the top here, it doesn't let me get to the other parts of the, workstation, I guess we could call it. Let's make a new one for that so I don't have to keep on going back and forth. But if we were to make one and put it over there, dirt in there. Now we have all the stations up here, and it's a very quick, just click on what you need, and yeah, very nice and easy. So the stencil table is going there, or the blank patterns are going in the stencil table, and I guess, do I have all that I need? Just a minute. I think I do. Yeah, definitely some wood we'll need, cobble, and that's it. I'm going to be making stone tools right now, because right now I don't have any iron, nothing like that. And yeah, what's cool about Tinkers is that it actually lets you repair your stuff. So while, like when you're out of stuff, it actually saves you on resources in the end. It takes time to do stuff in Tinkers, yes. A lot of people actually have complained about that, from my understanding, from what I've seen and things like that, and actually heard. It does take time, yes, but they're actually really good tools and things like that. I'm not going to go to bed because I don't mind the night. Unless there are like 5 creepers that just spawn right there. Other than that, I'm okay. So let's go to the stencil table. Let's actually start with a pickaxe. So I'm just going to move these over here. I have a certain way of doing things, and if it seems very inefficient to some people, I'm sorry, that's just how I do things. So let's actually, first of all, tool station. Armor station also tells you what is required, but let's go to the tool station. Gives you an image of what it looks like. So the pickaxe, we need a tool rod, a pickaxe head, and a binding. So it gives you kind of a description of what each thing does, and if there's special abilities and things like that with it, it lets you know, like right click, which is usually the tool, special thing, utility option or whatever. And yeah, so we need the pickaxe head right here, a tool rod. So you could click on these and, view over it what it looks like, and also a binding. After doing it for some time, you get used to just what things look like, and you could quickly, go through it. Now the next part, since we have our stencils, we can go to the part builder and actually make our stuff of what we want it to look like. So I'm making a stone pickaxe, so I'm going to be putting some cobble there. And I'm going to make the rest of it out of wood, because each material has its own property, and wood is actually really good because it's ecological, so it repairs itself. I don't remember how fast the rate of repairing itself is, but it's pretty good. Let's go back to that. Put these in here, and then we got a stone pickaxe. And also, in this mod pack, most of them actually have the Tinkers. It's like tool level up or something like that, or XP. But yeah, your stuff actually levels up the more you use it. So eventually, you can get really good at your stuff and have like just cool things added to it, or you could make like a really powerful weapon or tool or something like that and just make it your own and just keep on using it over and over and over again and just have that part get better, or that tool. Because one thing about tinkers, you could use materials in the normal world, like, well, not all of them, but a lot of them actually add modifiers to your thing so that it could make it, swing faster or do more damage, or, do extra damage or do things special in a certain environment or to certain enemies and things like that. It's pretty cool how they actually do it. And yeah, so we got our pickaxe. Let's put our pickaxe head back because we actually need to keep these. I keep hearing noises off in the distance and then nothing's actually there. So I think the next thing, actually I'll put these up. There's no such thing as having too much food. And that's definitely part of it. So that's reliquary and mystical agriculture. Those are interesting mods that I'm not too familiar with. But anyway, so let's go back to this. We need an axe head, a tool rod, and a binding, which we already have the stencils for these, so we don't have to make another one, which is nice. Once again, I'm going to be making a stone axe. And the thing about stone is that if it's put on a head or like the main part of a tool or weapon, it has the cheapskate property, which actually, I think it, oh, what is it? We could actually look up in the book. I have it in the chest somewhere. But it actually, like, your stuff degrades faster. But if you put it on anything else, it gives it the cheap property, which actually makes it cheaper to repair, which is nice, but I'm not too, like, particular on not having it or anything like that. Anyway, so we got our axe. Now a sword. Let's put this in there. We don't need this right now. Actually, we need it for a shovel. Let's do the shovel first, because the swords need another part that's a little bit different. So let's go with what we know. So the shovel, we need a tool head, shovel head, a tool rod, shovel head, and a binding. So we need to make a shovel head. There we go. Once again, stone, and then wood for everything else. Right now, we can't do anything with metals or anything like that because we don't have a smeltery, for one, and two, you also need to make casts. Casts are the same idea as a stencil, except you could actually pour hot, molten liquid into it. Molten, iron, obsidian, different kinds of things like that. And it's really cool how they do it as well. So we've already got those. Let's put that in there, and that as well. We still need the tool rod for the sword that I want. I'm going to be making a broadsword, I think. Actually, let's... do I actually want an... I could have an axe be my main weapon, or a hatchet if I want to. No, I'll just use a sword. Because eventually you could just get really stupid, high, powerful swords and things like that. So I won't worry about it. So we need the tool rod, the sword blade, and a wide guard. Let's go back to here. Get the sword blade. And the wide guard, which is this one here. Same thing, stone, and then wood for everything else. Like I said, I do things a little bit slower, or just different. Sometimes it seems inefficient, but I don't know. Part of me doesn't care, but at the same time, I understand why it can get, seem a little bit tedious. All right, so bam, bam, bam. Sword. And I forgot to make the shovel, so let's do that. And there we go. That's pretty neat. So I could actually just chuck these if I want, or I could actually just use them until they break, which for me, I feel like doing a lot of the time, because then other than that, I feel like you're just wasting resources. But since we have tinkers now, it's like it's just a renewable weapon pretty much. So you don't have to worry about quote unquote wasting anything. Now the thing about Tinker's weapons and armor is that if you chuck it and leave it somewhere, it takes longer for it to despawn, if it despawns at all, which I don't remember seeing, or if you chuck it in lava, it actually doesn't destroy it. So that's an interesting way of how they do that. So anyway, we got Tinkers going, which I'm excited about. We got the basic set for it. By the time I get to Iron and be able to cast things and whatnot, these things may have leveled up or not. I don't know. With those, I usually just put them in another chest, like a scrap chest or whatever, and just go from there. And then just upgrade to another one and another one, just things like that. It's very easy to get caught in the moment of just leveling up your stuff, like upgrading it to a better material and whatnot, but I'm not worried about it. Anyway, I think I'm going to leave the episode here. And also, this is my house. I gave you guys a little description of it. I may do an episode at some point and kind of do a tutorial just how I built it. But we'll see in the future of where that takes us. But anyway, I'm going to be having a lot of fun with this series. I already am. And yeah, we got Tinkers going. Also showed you guys how to do that and just basically what it does and the basics of it, because honestly, that's kind of what I know. I know a little bit more than that, but I'll just introduce it as I go. And then as far as other mods go, I don't know or anything like that. So we'll just see where it goes. Leave some comments down below of what you like about Minecraft. If you're interested in playing mods, but like kind of because it seems a little difficult. It can be, and it looks like at first, but it's actually really fun. A lot of it is buckling down and just expect for it to take time to do. But this is actually a good mod pack if you want to start getting into mods. It's not the tech mods like Mechanism or any of those, and Industrial Craft or anything like that, because those are huge and they take up probably more time than what I'm using here and things like that. But anyway, also comment down below what your favorite builds that you've done, or things that you like to do, or things you'd like me to do, and just kind of go from there. And also please like and subscribe. That'll help me out a lot, help out the channel a lot, and also I'd really appreciate it. And I hope you guys have a good rest of your week. I'll see you next video. Until then, take care. Bye bye.